Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Stargirl. This time we're on episode 13 of season 1, the second part of the two-parter Stars and Stripe, and it's also the season finale. This is the end. This is the end of season 1, and it's been a wild, wild ride. It's been a wild journey. It's been a great, great journey. I've really, really loved this show so far, and this season, and I think they've done it in a way that you can definitely see a season 2 on the horizon. Like there's definitely a lot more that you want to explore, both character wise and story wise, and you just kind of want to see more from this team and these characters overall. So, season 2, I think it's definitely been confirmed. It's on the horizon. Nothing happening just yet because of everything going on, but it's definitely on the horizon. But season 1 has been great. Last episode we had the JSA, the ISA even, using brainwave, almost said Brainiac, using brainwave to actually turn the machine on, and they used his brainwaves to connect to some minds and stuff, and so that stuff's happened. The machine has turned on, and I think 30 minutes until like full control or something. They turned it on, and they had like, I think what was a really fun little twist was that they had something like the new constitution, like their plan, like exactly what they were going to do with the minds they controlled. And I don't know, there's no official confirmation as to whether it was a decoy or if it was, I don't know, like something else. But they their plans included basically like a discrimination free, like a society free from discrimination, people free to live as who they are and who they want to be, and also stuff like universal healthcare. Just basically, it was like the ultimate kind of bad guys have a good guy plan moment, and even Rick addressed it in a way like, Pat, are you sure we're fighting for the right side here? Like, if we're trying to stop them, we're trying to do all this stuff, then doesn't that technically make us the baddies here? But yeah, no, there was no official confirmation as of yet as to whether or not that was actually their real plan, or if it was like some kind of decoy for any hackers like Beth and Doctor Midnight who would try and get into their system. But even the gambler even spotted them. The gambler spotted them and caught her out on it. So that was that. But yeah, the machine would also only affect adult minds. It wouldn't affect younger minds, and that would affect fully developed minds. We've already kind of lost control of Justin and Barbara and Pat. Pat's in the stripe suit as well, so he's I think he's under mind control. But the stripe suit is, it's kind of malfunctioning, going against this programming, and it kind of took a punch at Stargirl and stuff. So I feel like we might literally open up with a Stargirl versus Stripe kind of fight scene as she tries to get Pat to snap out of it and everything. So yeah, and then that means we might get Justin versus Wildcat and an Owlman. So that might be fun. And then Barbara. I mean, I'd definitely get Barbara versus Doctor Midnight. But yeah, either way, the adults are being controlled. So the ISA is unleashing their plans. So this is the final pit stop. Not even the pit stop. This is the final destination. This is the end of their season long journey. This is where it all comes to an end. This is the ISA versus the JSA. So yeah, I've loved it. I've loved it, and even the last episode, like it kind of showed them all kind of being brought together in the midst of the ISA actually launching some attacks on them. We've apparently lost Anaya Bowen. We've lost the fiddler, the new fiddler. She went to the Whitmore's house after Sportsmaster and Tigress were there attacking Barbara and Courtney and everything. So she went there under Jordan's orders to help them actually kill the Whitmores and the Dugans next time round, but then she insulted them and their parental skills and their daughter, and then that made that antagonized Tigress, and then she shot like a crossbow into her chest and everything. And I don't know, even looking back at that scene like twice, I still don't want to believe that Fiddler is actually dead, because for one thing, that's a really crappy way to put her out. That's a really crappy way to kill her off, and for another thing, she's definitely someone we need to see more of as a villain and as a character. We've barely seen very much of her character. Like even in that last episode, I feel like it's definitely one of those things where we got more screen time for her in that episode than we have in previous episodes, and it's kind of like one of the rules of lesser known lesser known characters dying off too. Like if they get more screen time than usual in a single episode, then that's the episode they die. So like the writers are giving you more of them before they take them away. But again, it doesn't really feel like a plausible kind of death to me. It doesn't feel like something that's actually necessary, even and again, like especially Sportsmaster and Tigress taking out another member of the ISA against Jordan's orders just feels wrong too. Like it doesn't really feel like something that, I mean, it definitely feels like something they would try, because they are easily irritable, kind of like they're very much kind of trigger happy characters, and they're very, very easily irritable and stuff. So it feels like, you know, if someone annoyed them enough, even if they were on the team, they would definitely try something. And especially if Jordan and the rest of if it was just the three of them in a house, just the three of them, so Jordan and the others weren't there, so no one else to bear witness to what happened. So they might even try and cover it up and say, "Oh, she got caught in the crossfire," or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. No, I want to see more of Anaya Bowen. I think we got we got like a scene between her and her son Isaac, like her giving him some advice on how to deal with bullies and stuff, and sharing some stuff on what his father used to do, like literally ramming the bow of his violin through one of their eardrums. Then he just, you know, took a long glance at his tuba and everything. More of Fiddler, but we can't have that if she's dead now, can we? I don't know, but that scene ticked me off. So that was that, but yeah, everything's coming together. Everything is coming together, so we'll see exactly how things get resolved in this episode, and also what kind of I think this being the season finale, I think this should also kind of leave in a few teasers here and there for what season 2 might hold. So yeah, theories galore, but that is pretty much all I've got from the last one. So on to episode 13, the season finale. As always, this will be the highlight reel, so if you guys want to watch the full-length reaction, the full episode along with me, then that will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that one out over there. But yeah, that is it. So episode 13, Stars and Strike, part 2. Let's go. Oh, it's a fight. Oh, the tuba. The tuba.
You just hit me with this tuba. Take him to the nurse.
Oh, jeez.
What's gotten into you? What's your mom gonna say?
Probably to do this.
She told me to.
Yeah.
Sure she did. Come on, let's go find her.
What's wrong with my dad? My dad's already a good
Is that Morgan Stark?
You'll see.
Is that the girl who plays Morgan Stark in Endgame? It might be. I'm not too sure. It might be Morgan Stark. Maybe.
Dad.
Resistance is deadly. Resistance is deadly. Morgan Stark already lost one father. Don't make her lose another one. Don't make her lose another one.
You are the Silent Knight.
Shining.
The Shining.
Shining.
Well, I don't know. Chuck,
Silent Knight sounds pretty cool too. Silent Knight sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Like a samurai. Yeah.
I volunteer every Christmas for the American Red Cross.
But there are so many worthy charities.
Why pick one?
Yeah. Nothing an evil villain hates more than donating to a good cause. Oh, 500,000. Oh.
But even a momentary.
Are you gonna take money back from charity? That would be that. Okay, that would be the bottom of the barrel evil.
This is my best pal, Chuck.
No. Team effort. Team
It was
effort,
a
Bear.
team effort,
Yeah,
best
team
pal.
effort. Team effort. Aww. Whoa, what's that? Is it Grundy? No, it's Stripe. Okay, it's Stripe. Stripe versus Grundy. That would be cool to see. Stripe versus Grundy. Yeah, Stripe and Owlman versus Grundy.
All good. Look what we got here.
What is it? Sportsmaster? Sportsmaster and Tigress? No. Oh, it's the ISA. It's the ISA. What's left of it?
You go.
Yeah, what's left of it? Oh, ISA versus the JSA.
Ice mask, Jordan.
Yeah, come on. Oh, yeah. Splash page. Splash page. There we go. Oh, damn. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh. Oh, you're Shining Knight versus Dragon King.
You only came back to die, Knight.
One of us will today. There is no.
Oh, damn. Who's this? Cindy. Oh, no. Is that Cindy? Is Cindy coming out to play? Did Cindy kill her dad? Cindy killed her own dad?
Shouldn't have locked me up. Daddy.
Okay. Oh. She's got flips. She got flips. Yep, that's Grundy. That'll be Grundy. That'll be Grundy. Oh, that is some good CGI for Grundy. Oh, he looks good. Grundy looks good. No, Owlman ain't walking back. Oh, damn. That was... okay. That was... okay.
Wait, Yolanda, just wait.
Oh, Henry! He's alive! Henry's alive! I knew it! How did he survive rubble? Wait, what? Whoa!
They were Henry's friends too.
Wait, what? Oh, is it? Wait, what? Okay. Wow, Brainwave got me. He got me. Yeah, he actually got me. He actually had me believing Henry was back. Yeah. But no, that would have nullified his sacrifice somewhat. So, yeah. Okay. Good on Yolanda. Good on Yolanda for seeing the truth, for being grounded enough to see the truth as well. Yeah.
I killed him. What? I know it's wrong, but I did it.
That's definitely something worth addressing. The killing. Yeah. The way this is shot is actually really good. Like, especially for like stuff where they need CGI, they really couldn't like put it together well. Yeah. Everything's offline. Goodbye, gambler. I wonder what he feels worse about, the fact that the plan failed or the fact that they stole all his money and gave it to charity. And Morgan Stark gets to keep this father. Yeah, she gets to keep this father. Did he kill Dr. Midnight? He just killed Chuck.
Pat, you don't need the damn robot, go!
Yeah, Rick will take care. Oh, he hasn't got much long left.
I've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
And it's all for you.
Oh, damn. Please tell me Rick survives this. Please tell me Rick actually survives this. I do not want him to have to sacrifice his life just to defeat Solomon Grundy.
Over 500,000 Americans die from cancer every year, Barbara. Every year. Now, what if I told you it would take 500,000 lives right now, but I could cure cancer forever? What would you do?
You're still killing people.
Going to die because of the way people think.
Yeah, but they do.
Our daughter.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Stargirl versus Icicle. Yeah. Kill him for Starman. Kill him for Starman. Oh. Oh, Rick is going in. Rick. Wow, Solomon. Solomon Grundy is begging for mercy.
Fight me!
Grundy's begging for mercy. Damn. Oh, damn. Oh, now I feel bad for him. What is... oh, what is this show doing to me?
Whatever, my hour was up.
And you have a conscience too.
Let's go.
You don't kill mercilessly. Oh, Courtney, Barbara, whoa. Okay, Wildcat, yeah, Yolanda's got her. Yolanda's got her, yeah. Yeah, always on the feet. Always on the feet.
Oh, hi, lad. You Starman? He'd be so proud of you.
Aww.
Of all of you, we would.
The entire original JSA would be. Yeah, people keeping up the good fight.
Where are you going?
Keeping the faith.
I wonder what the rest of the world is going to think happened here.
They always come up with the story.
It's America, there's always some explanation. There's always some explanation.
Oh, Jordan. I told you it was folly.
Oh, the guy with the glasses and the top hat. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, is it Shade? Is it Shade? Is that who it is? I think that's a name I'm familiar with, is it? It must be Shade.
I see you in there. Eclipso.
Eclipso? Eclipso? Who's Eclipso? 6 weeks later. Christmas time.
How you doing? You getting enough vegetables?
Yeah. The dog goes straight from the meat.
Something
give to you for a long time.
I feel like it's a watch. No, it's a mug. It's a mug. Okay.
World's
Greatest dad. Oh.
love it.
Really?
He may not be a father, but he is her dad. He is her dad.
Merry Christmas, Pat.
Merry Christmas, Corey.
No. That's a really great necklace too. Sparkling light necklace. Courtney Elizabeth Johns. Don't know who that is, but cool. North Hollywood, California. What's happening in California? Oh, is this him? Is this Sam? Did he get his condo then? Did he sell the necklaces and get the condos?
I'm looking for Pat Dugan.
He doesn't live here. Moved. Who are you?
I'm an old friend. Named Sylvester Pemberton.
No! Not Sam then. It's not Sam. No way. Starman's alive. I was so sure that was Sam. I was so sure that was Sam Curtis because he said he was gonna go back to like Hollywood or LA or something and like buy the condo. I was so sure that was him. I was so. Sylvester's alive. Starman is alive. Oh, that is gonna be so good to see next season. That is gonna be so good to see next season. Okay, yeah, so I feel like I have to start off with the obvious, the obvious point for the review. Starman is still alive. Sylvester Pemberton, Starman is alive, and yeah, and I think like from those like starting shots of like the overhead shot of him getting out of the car and him walking into the building, it was mostly out of the sight of his actual face. So I figured, it might as well actually be Sam Curtis actually showing us. I thought they were going to show us him actually getting the condo. Well, I mean, it didn't really look like a condo at all, but it might show him getting like a new place or going back to his old place or whatever. But no, that is Sylvester. That is Starman. Starman is still alive. He somehow survived being stabbed with an icicle and then having said icicle removed and stuff. So, damn. Okay. And he's looking for Pat. That's why he went there. He wasn't going back home. He was actually going to the last place that he knew Pat actually lived in North Hollywood. So. Yeah, oh god, that is a twist I never would have seen coming. That is a twist. That is a twisty twist. But yeah, Joel McHale returns as Starman. Okay, so yeah, again, this season definitely leaves a lot more to explore and to look forward to and to open up in a season 2, so that is very, very fun. A lot of teasers, but yeah, oh, okay, so Starman being alive, I think that'll explore, I think that'll be like a, I mean, now that it's been revealed that he's actually still alive, he's actually still there, and he's I thought, I mean, I feel like if there's any, I feel like if they were gonna do that, if they were gonna bring like an old character into the present day fold, then they might have gone the twisty way of actually having them lost their memories and trying to navigate like a new life, but they already did that to Shining Knight. They already did that to Justin. So with Sylvester, he seems to be fully remembering everything. He knows who he is. He knows who he's looking for. He knows what's going on. So yeah. And I think especially this earthquake stuff as well. Like he probably knows it's not just an earthquake. He knows it's like. He was looking for Pat. Yeah, that might have been why he maybe. I think. Well, I mean. There's a number of reasons he could be looking for Pat. He might have just been resurrected, or he might have just actually come into like a healthy state of living now, so he can actually go out and about. And he's looking for Pat just to reconnect with him and to see what's happening after all the ISA/JSA stuff is done. He might have heard about the earthquake because they put it off as an earthquake on the Weather Channel, so he must have heard about that and thought, oh, that sounds kind of fishy. But I think, not to read too much into it, but I think the main point is, okay, so Sylvester is back, Starman is back, Starman isn't back, but Sylvester is back, and he remembers Pat, he's looking for him, so, Yeah, okay, that is a very, very good kind of note to end season 1 on. That is a very good note. You know, it opens up with the entire original JSA dying, and then season 1 ends with Starman, the leader of the original JSA, still being alive in the present day and still remembering everything that went down and looking for Pat Dugan. So yeah, I think that'll be fun to explore. I think it'll be very, very. I think that kind of thing. I think it'll be cool to see how him and Courtney get along, because he was Starman and she is now Stargirl. So I think it'll be fun to see how him and her get along, and especially because his dying words to Pat were find someone worthy of wielding this mantle, of wielding the staff, and being the new star person. So yeah, I don't know if he mentioned back then, like find the new Starman, or even if it's someone else, then it doesn't really matter. But I think that would be cool to see. I think that would be interesting to see, like 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 Starman and Stargirl maybe working together, or just like exploring the whole staff identity together. But either way, it'll be cool. That was a very, very fun note to end it on. That's a very, very fun plot twist note to end it on. But yeah, Starman is alive. He's back. Sylvester is back. So I think Joel McHale, seeing him in this too will be fun, because I think what we saw of him was very, very minimal. We saw him very, very minimally. We saw him in the Starman mantle, him wielding the staff, him fighting off the JSA in the very beginning, and then even then, him and basically his entire team died off. So yeah, and I think it would be fun to see him meet the new people too, meet the new Wildcat, meet the new Dr. Midnight, meet new Owlman, like meeting all the new people who actually pick up after the old members of the team, and seeing what this new JSA is like. So that will be very, very fun to look forward to. But yeah, I think just having Sylvester back actually definitely provides a lot more kind of obvious opportunities, but it's also, just kind of I feel like it maybe begs the question of what could happen to the new team if, like, the leader of the old one is coming back around. I mean, he's not going to try and do anything, but at the same time, it's like, it's just my mind working that way. Like, what could he do? Like, is he gonna want to be Starman again? Is he gonna try and train the team, or is he gonna do something else? I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting any evil stuff from him, because he was a hero. He was the original Starman, so he's not gonna try and ruin the team or anything. But I don't know. Maybe this is the point where I actually start reading into stuff too much. But no. Cool scene. Starman is back. He's alive, so that will definitely provide for some ample storytelling opportunities in season 2. But yeah, he's alive, and we got some teasers of some other characters coming into the fold too. So I think we got the guy with the top hat and the glasses. We didn't really see him. We didn't see his face, who's playing him, but we saw his figure, his kind of silhouette, and his voice. He spoke in like a British accent. I think that might be shade, especially because like the blackish kind of fog, like the smoke kind of covering up the painting of the ISA and stuff, and surrounding the one kind of shaded figure in the background of the ISA painting too. I think that might be Shade. And Shade is a name that I've come to be familiar with through watching this show. People mentioning the Shade and that character, so I think that might be who it is. I think I don't know if it's like two monocles, or like the glasses that friggin' Morpheus has in the Matrix, or if it's actually like a actual round glasses or whatever, but that must be Shade. So it'll be interesting to see who he is and what he's like. But we got Shade, and we also have Eclipso. I have no idea who that is. But apparently it's a person inside a little diamond thing. Cindy was scouring through I think a storage unit that had like a lot of like William Zarek's campaign posters stashed away, and there were like other shelves full of things, and she was kind of scrambling through them trying to find something, and then she opened like a box, and I thought I don't know why I thought she was going to find the Green Lantern ring. I think when she pulled out the box, it looked small, so I was trying to speculate what could be inside, and I was like, wait, it looks like a box that could fit a ring inside it. I thought, okay, maybe she's going to try and uncover the Green Lantern ring, because the JSA has the lantern. They have the lantern, but they don't. I don't know if Courtney just didn't pick up the ring, or if she actually didn't have the ring, or if they actually don't have the ring, because they have the lantern. But they just don't have the ring as of yet. So I don't know where the ring is, if it's back in the old ISA, because Pat still hasn't shown them the old the old JSA base. He showed it off once when he went to drag Courtney down there and show her why forming the new JSA was like a bad idea and why it was dangerous stuff. He showed her the old JSA base, but that was it. We have seen the ISA base countless times. We've seen the JSA base like once, and it was covered in cobwebs and dust, and everything was stashed away in there, like in a Dr. Midnight's owl and the lantern, the Dr. Fate helmet, and everything. So yeah, yeah, so I think that would have been cool. That would have been cool. Like, see, I mean, we got some new teasers for new potential kind of ISA people that might come in, but I think if we got new teasers for JSA, I think season 2 might maybe open up with the JSA stuff, new JSA stuff, like, you know, because they have other team members. They have other team members. I mean, yeah, they have Dr. Fate. They have Flash. They have who else? They've got Johnny Thunder, the Pink Pen. That didn't really make any kind of any kind of appearance in this. But we have other other members. But I think this season it closes with them showing Starman. This season closes with them showing Starman. So I think season 2 could open, or at least the first few episodes of season 2 could open with, you know, them actually that could open with Pat actually taking the kids down to the new JSA base, dusting it off, maybe, you know, revamping it in some way to fit the kind of JSA 2.0 roster. And also just him kind of introducing them to the other members of the JSA as they were way back when. So it could be, but yeah, Eclipso. Back to Eclipso here. So Cindy didn't find a ring. She found like a little diamond, and she knew that Eclipso was in there somehow. And even when she said it, like a little sparkly eye thing popped up, like something started happening in the diamond. So inside that diamond, we have Eclipso. So whoever that is, whatever that is, I look forward to meeting them in season 2, seeing what they're all about. Eclipso sounds very, very mystical, like an eclipse of some kind, like maybe a sorcerer or a magician of some kind. But I mean, we'll know. Well, the magician we had was William Zarek. He was the wizard. He was literally the wizard, and then he died. So this one seems more like, you know, Eclipso. I think of eclipse, like, you know, the moon in front of the sun and everything. So I don't know, maybe something to do with that. Maybe something more cosmic. But we'll see. We'll see exactly who Eclipso is. But Eclipso and Shade are the two potential members we'll see popping up again in season 2. So yeah, that was all fun. That was all very, very fun. And yeah, we had Morgan Stark. I think I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the girl who plays her, but I'm pretty sure that was the same actress. I'm like 90% sure, 80 to 90% sure that was the same actress. She looked different, understandably, because she was playing a completely different character. But I'm pretty sure it was still that same girl. It was the girl who played Morgan Stark in Avengers Endgame. So she. I would say she had a cameo in this. I would say she had a cameo. Like she had like one scene in like the first like 10 minutes, and then towards the end of it, when the adults were saved, they then had like another reveal to show that, you know, okay, her dad survived. So that is a good thing. That is a good thing. I think it would be too harsh for that to make that girl play two different characters, both of whom end up losing their dads. I think, you know, having her lose her original dad, Tony Stark, was bad enough. Having her lose this one as well, it's just, you know, just one more character casting away from typecasting her as the girl who plays the character that loses her dad so damn often. So yeah, she came close this time, but her dad in this one survived. So that was cool. But it was cool to see her in this. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I don't know that I don't think that's like a particularly special role. I think especially because the way that this like the execution of this plan went out was the fact that they were affecting adult minds. I think it was a good way for them to kind of make Jordan, or at least to try and make the audience sympathize with Jordan. Jordan not wanting to actually hurt any of the kids, but wanting to literally mind control the adults into thinking the same way him and the ISA does. So he actually tried to like sweet talk the girl and say, oh, when your daddy wakes up, he'll think like all of us. He'll think the right way, the way that he should, and stuff like that. So yeah, it was cool to see her. But this was a great episode. This was a genuinely great episode. I think everyone did something. I feel like, or basically everyone did something. I think Barbara was the only one who couldn't really do much. She was mind controlled. She couldn't really fight back much. She kind of had that role in the end where she was kind of gonna be, you know, like the damsel. Like, I don't want to say damsel in distress, but I feel like that would be the more general term to be applied to it. But not I mean, not to say that she was bad in that sense, but there wasn't really a huge amount she could do. But even Mike did something. Mike coming in with the truck was honestly a top tier move. He didn't break his promise. He brought the dog with him. Pat gave him the job of looking after the dog. He said, "You have the most important job of all. You look after the dog." So he didn't. It's not like he left the dog back at the house and came by himself. He actually took the dog with him into the truck, and I think that was a great ending for Icicle, like him just being like half ice, half human, just struggling to reform himself. And I think with the camera angle, with him being what I recognized as the road and the camera angle and everything, I did kind of anticipate I did anticipate either a truck or a lorry, but something is just going to come and smash him into pieces. But what I did not expect is Mike being the one coming in with the truck and actually killing him too. So Mike Dugan, the legacy ended Icicle. He delivered the killing shot to Icicle, and Icicle is now in pieces. He is now in literal pieces. So very fitting. But yeah, the whole ISA versus JSA concept in this was very, very well executed. That whole fight scene underground in Ito's lair, was so well done. Like, you know, they had the whole kind of classic splash page kind of shot for shot execution, like where they show one side running, then the other side starts charging, and then you have that splash page where they all jump in together and attack each other. That was really well done. And of course the 360 shot too, like there's like another one shot, like, you know, showing Owlman versus Sportsmaster, and then Stripe versus, you know, just Stripe trying to look for fights to pick. Stripe was literally looking for fights to pick. He was so big. I figured with the Gambler having released Solomon Grundy, I figured, okay, just try and keep Stripe on the sideline for now. When the equally kind of big creature comes in at the end, then have Stripe trying to kind of trading punches with him there too. And then it was Yolanda versus Tigress, and then Icicle versus Stargirl. Very, very apt, very fitting. But yeah, that whole fight scene was so well done. I think especially like the CGI in this episode, like in those scenes and in those shots, was very well constructed. They actually, like, the way that like the camera angles were, the way they actually kind of framed those shots and filmed them was really, like, it really benefited how well they applied the CGI too. Like, especially with Stargirl going out and destroying the satellite and everything, and like the fight scenes, especially like showing off those. I think the fight choreography in this show is on par. It's top tier stuff. I keep using top tier. I do know other words, but still, it's amazing. It's like the fight choreography in this show is really well done. It really matches the characters themselves. Like, you know, Stargirl is a gymnast. You know, Courtney is a gymnast. She uses the staff accordingly. She does backflips and cartwheels, and she swings over the staff and does that stuff. You know, Owlman is a brute fighter. He's, you know, like a fist fighter pretty much. Rick knows how to fight in that way. He's not like a fully trained martial artist by any means, but he still kind of knows how to use his strength and how to pull his punches and how to last and stuff. And then Yolanda is a boxer. She's an actual trained fighter, so she knows how to actually utilize Wildcat's suit and the strength and everything. So like the fight choreography is actually so well matched to each individual character. And then you got Stripe, who's basically like a mechanized Hulk. Basically, he just, you know, he throws punches that could send you flying across the room and stuff, which matches well for Solomon Grundy too. But yeah, the fight choreography in this episode was really, really well done. Really well done. Props to everyone who worked. Props to everyone who worked on this show as a whole. Not just this episode, but props to everyone who worked on this show. They really made it as great as it was to watch and to enjoy and everything. Like the story was really, really fun to get into. The characters were explored fairly well. Like, they were really fleshed out. I feel like some of these episodes were really, really good. I remember like, you know, what, the like episode 4, the Wildcat episode, was the first time I actually properly fell in love with this show. Seeing Yolanda's backstory and seeing her become Wildcat and actually forging her new identity was pretty much the point at which I kind of found out, yep, I love this show. I actually love this show, and I want to see more of it, and I want to see more of her. Oh, it's amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff, and yeah, and I feel like this is also the episode where they fully kind of became this is the episode where they fully became the JSA, where they were all working together. Like up to now, there have been conflicts, there have been kind of, you know, reservations, there's been reluctance as well, especially on Pat's side. Like, from the beginning, Pat has kind of been forced to adapt to all of these kids being too damn stubborn to let the superhero identities go, and you can see that Luke Wilson in this has been amazing too. I haven't really I've never really seen Luke Wilson in like an environment or like in like a kind of genre like this. Like he's usually, to my knowledge, he's like his brother Owen. He's usually been in like more like comedic kind of humorous stuff. So to see him in like a superhero product is really really cool. And he played Pat to perfection. And he really played the kind of exhausted dad role really well too. Like again, he's just like a dad trying to keep up with these kids who are falling in with these new trends and just refusing to let them go. So by the end of it, he knows these kids, you know, they want this. Like it's not like they they picked up these mantles. Courtney recruited them. Courtney actually looked at them and recruited them, and she actually chose them accordingly. And then the kids fought to keep these roles. They had their own issues, of course, they needed sorting out, which they did. But in the end, they realized the importance of handling these mantles, the importance of being the JSA and stopping the ISA, and they, you know, they carried on being these heroes because of that. So I think in the end, Pat recognized that more than anything, and actually realized that, you know, it's dangerous, but the kids aren't stupid. They know it's dangerous. They're not waiting and thinking that they're bulletproof and that they're invincible and stuff like that. They literally go in as superheroes would, knowing that they could die, but they do it anyway. So in the end, I think that's exactly kind of like the kind of that's one of the mentalities that the JSA was kind of the new JSA was kind of formed under, like, you know, doing what needs to be done no matter what the cost, and they really cemented that throughout this entire show. So yeah, I'm talking so much and so quickly, I'm actually running out of breath even quicker. That's just how it goes. Like when it comes to episodes and stories this good, there's so much to talk about, and I talk so quickly, and I try and get so much out in one breath, I end up just panting so much. So yeah, but no, this was a great finale. This one, again, it cemented the fact that this is the new JSA. And yeah, and Pat and Barbara and Justin all being the kind of proud adults that are so proud of how far the kids have come and the kind of struggles they faced and the battles they fought, both mentally and physically, and just, yeah, this is the new JSA. They cemented that. This is the new JSA. So for that reason, among others, I very much look forward to seeing how they're explored and displayed in season 2. So yeah. So yeah, we did lose people. We did lose ISA members too. Mike actually killed Icicle, which I don't know if they're gonna explore that as much. I don't know, because I feel like that's something they should explore. Like, you know, because Yolanda killed Brainwave. And that wasn't as much self-defense. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if that. I mean, he was kind of manipulating her. He was definitely luring her into a trap. He got me. I was so hopeful. Like I think I was so distraught after Henry's death that part of me was still hopeful for like a return or a resurrection of some kind. And I was like, oh god, it's Henry. He actually made it out. Like, cause like, you know, because I think I had read theories around that, you know, maybe, you know, Brainwave had hidden some kind of code telepathically in his son's mind, or maybe he didn't actually fully kill him with the falling debris, but he just did it enough to actually make them think that he had actually killed him under that. And I think, you know, well, again, that makes it even more believable. Like, he had like a ton of rubble collapsing on top of him. That would kill any normal human being. Like, even, you know, like telepathy means that you can actually, you know, still have some control over what projectiles come your way, but you're not like bulletproof, or like you're not. It's not like a physical superpower; it's a mental superpower. So you're still kind of, you know, vulnerable to normal human damage. So, you know, I was thinking, like, you know, I want him to still be alive. But on the one hand, again, the rubble should have killed him, and it very likely did. And also, if he did come back, then again, it would kind of raise the question of whether or not his sacrifice actually meant as much. Because, again, he got Courtney through that last bar gap before Brainwave closed it up again. And then he actually stood back and fought back against his dad to try and save the team. So there's that. So then it kind of raises the question of, you know, like, okay, like, how would he actually be able to pretend? Like, how long would he be able to pretend to be one of Dragon King's minions before Brainwave caught him out and read his mind and everything? But no, it was actually Brainwave himself actually pretending to be his own son in order to trick Yolanda. But Yolanda was grounded. Yolanda was grounded enough to actually know the truth, to know that it wasn't Henry. And stuff. So yeah, and I can't remember what she said. I think she said like right after she slashed his throat, she actually said they were Henry's friends too. So I don't know if like Brainwave forgot that the others were there in that moment, like way back when, like if he forgot that Yolanda wasn't the only one there, because then he did like I think he did mention that oh, everything I told you was true, but I think he said something to Yolanda. He said he really was sorry to Yolanda, but then he also said to Courtney, don't let this change your mind. People can still be good. Don't let this affect how you think about people and stuff. So I think that might have been maybe the final straw for Yolanda, for her to know that this wasn't really Brainwave. This wasn't even really Henry Jr. Even so yeah, but then she killed Brainwave. Like Brainwave hadn't immediately uncovered his true self. He was still kind of luring her into that trap of actually believing that he was Henry, and then Yolanda caught on quickly, and then slashed his throat. So I think that would definitely, that would definitely count as killing. That would definitely count as killing, and I think it was definitely something that Courtney even stumbled upon while she was still there, and even kind of addressed the fact that that she killed him. So. I feel like that's definitely going to affect her, and it's definitely going to affect the way she thinks. But Mike still killed Icicle too. Mike killed, like, he's younger than her. He's a kid, and for one thing, he was driving a truck, and then he also killed Icicle. But yeah, I think any kind of killing, like killing motivated by anything, killing of any fashion should always be addressed. I think like whether you're slashing someone's throat out or ramming a truck into them to shatter them to pieces, it should still be addressed. Like, but yeah, I think that was that was the only thing that really kind of irked me. Like, no one really addressed that. I mean, with Yolanda, it was a lot more brutal. She literally she killed him, and then she literally watched him bleed to death too. She even told him, like, I watched your son die, and now I'm gonna watch you die too. So admittedly, it is somewhat darker. It had darker motivations. It had like a tad bit more kind of drama to it, like gravitas. But with Mike, it was like a heat of the moment. He knew this was the only way to do things and to end things, so he just kind of just rammed his truck right in there. So yeah, but I feel like that should be addressed. If you're gonna address one type of killing, if you're gonna address one person killing someone, but then another person killed someone too, then address that as well. Like, Pat should definitely take Mike aside to actually ask him if he's actually okay after what he did, because he did still kill like a full grown adult and everything. So yeah, I think that is the thing. If they address it for Yolanda, but don't address it for Mike and just let it slide, then that will be the only thing that bothers me. And I think for Yolanda, it did still bother her towards the end, even when they were all outside the stadium and she was just sitting on the rafters with Beth. Like, she was like a couple of seats away, and she was just kind of like, I think, just in deep thought, undoubtedly, about having killed Brainwave. So that was kind of like a reference to her kind of actually still kind of contemplating what she did. So again, if you're going to address it for her, address it for him too. And yeah, I think that was the only other thing. I think Cindy killed her dad. Cindy killed Dragon King, but they could care less about what happens to her. But yeah, Cindy killed Dragon King, so Justin didn't really get that victory, but the dragon was still slayed. The dragon was still slain, so yeah, I mean, Cindy killing Dragon King makes sense. She is, understandably pissed off at him. For one thing, he locks her up for days, which is basically just child abuse. But I mean, the way she was raised was pretty much borderline, if not full-on child abuse. But also the fact that he kind of routinely neglects her and pushes her aside and tells her that she's not worthy of being in the ISA or worthy of being in that kind of family business, which you don't want to be, but still, like, hearing your own parents say that you're not worthy of actually carrying on the family title or being who you want to be can be pretty kind of harrowing to listen to. So she kind of, got angry enough to actually want to kill her own dad and then take on the rest of the JSA. So yeah, but Cindy is still out there. I think Cindy, she found the diamond. Cindy found the diamond of containing Eclipser. So I think next season she might try and bring him out or bring it out and see what's what with that. So we can look forward to more Cindy. But yeah, who did we lose? So we lost Icicle. We lost the Gambler is out there. The Gambler failed. I think that was my favorite part about his kind of ending. Like, his ending was he deleted all the ISA stuff. He deleted all the ISA stuff on his computers and he just left. He vanished. But I think you genuinely couldn't tell what pissed him off more: the fact that he actually failed in his plan to help the ISA, or the fact that the kids, Beth, stole 500, 600 grand off of him, and then gave it all to charity, like him actually finding out that his money was going somewhere else. Like that is the most evil thing you can do to a supervillain. Take their money and donate it to charitable causes. Like that like a logistically shock on his face. Like, hey, stop giving my money away to people who need it. But yeah, that was quick thinking on Beth. And also very, very good, solid actual superhero thinking. Like, instead of brainwashing people, instead of brainwashing people to think like you or to think the way you want them to think, take your money and donate it to causes that could actually do some good with it. Do the moral, do the ethically kind of acceptable thing. Like brainwashing is, it's unethical for a reason. It's unethical for a very good reason. So, instead of brainwashing people, just donate your money to a good cause. Help promote charitable causes. Like, imagine how much more good Jordan could have done as the founder and as the head of the America, the place that he works at, and the place that Barbara works at. Imagine how much good he could have done with still kind of doing all this kind of community revival stuff, like with the theater and with everything else, but also promoting using his brand and his network and his skills to promote good causes, to promote charitable causes, to point out, instead of brainwashing people, how about you just point out, like the bad stuff that's happening in the world and help people fight back against that. Like, how much better, how much more good could he have done doing all that stuff? Like the new constitution. Okay, so the new constitution wasn't actually a decoy; it was actually their plan. But just the way that they were executing it was highly, highly immoral, and it was very, very illegal. So yeah, that is the best way. That is what heroes do. They take money from bad guys and they give it to charitable causes. That is the best way to do stuff. So that was cool. But yeah, but Gambler is in the wind. He's out there somewhere. So Gambler's alive. Sportsmaster and Tigress. I don't remember seeing what happened to them. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing them die, but I don't remember seeing them walking away either. So I don't know. I have to go back and see if they actually died or if they lived. But they're alive. Icicle killed Chuck too. So Chuck is the Goggle. He is. I'd like to think he's the whole Goggle. I'd like to think that even in the framing, there's something worth preserving and salvaging. But he destroyed the lenses. The lenses are how she projects and how she sees and communicates with Chuck. So he destroyed like 3/4 of the lenses. But yeah, I'd like to think that there's still definitely something worth preserving. Like the AI must still be in there. Like, it's literally just the fact that it's no longer functioning. You can't turn it off or on. You can't really communicate. But if you replace the lenses and maybe kind of, I don't know, refurbish the framing or whatever, then you can still talk to him. I'd like to think that much at least. It's like, if I broke the lenses on my glasses, then I could still wear them, but I just wouldn't be able to use them the way that I do. I wouldn't be able to actually see through them or use them the way that they're meant to be used. So I just have to replace the lenses and then get them back, and then that would be okay. So I'd like to think that that's how this works, but these are goggles and they're highly advanced goggles too, and especially because like Dr. Midnight came up with them way back in like the 80s or 90s or something. So they were pretty advanced for their time too. So, especially I think with the technology you have nowadays, you can make it even better. You could have it have it as something that like she wouldn't even have to wear it all the time. Like it would be like a she can maybe integrate it into her regular glasses, so she wouldn't have to actually take her glasses off and then put the goggles on, or put the goggles on over her glasses. She could actually take the AI and take the technology from the goggles, combine it with her glasses, make something wholly new, and then she press a button, and then Chuck would be in her glasses. That would be cool. You could give her Chuck glasses instead. I mean, the goggles are pretty kind of trademarky, or not trademarky. Is that the right word? No, it's not the right word. It's pretty it's pretty integral to Dr. Midnight's costume, I feel. But I think that could be. I think if you can make it look good, if you can make it look cool, I feel like you could upgrade the costume for Dr. Midnight and actually give her glasses instead. And I think it would be so much more practical too. I think she doesn't. I don't think she actually wear. I think the way she does it is because in goggles like that, I don't think you can actually wear them over the glass. I think you actually have to take the glasses off and then take the goggles and put them on. So I think in terms of practicality, I feel like it might work better if they can combine the goggle tech with the glasses and just have her press a button to activate Chuck, and then have him show up there too. And with her glasses, she could just as easily project and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like in order to actually keep up with the times, to help with practicality, because she's the new Doctor Midnight too. So I feel like they have to find a way to actually integrate the costume in a way that actually works for her. So I don't know, maybe, but yeah, Chuck. I want to believe Chuck is in there still. It's just the lenses. She can't really communicate with him. It's kind of frozen off too. So it can still be salvaged. It can definitely still be salvaged. And yeah, the scene, the kind of mercy that surprised me a little bit, was Rick initially just going to pound town, just going to boom, 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 pound town on Solomon Grundy, and then sparing him, but then sparing him not just because he actually didn't want to have blood on his hands, but also because he already did, but no, not just because of that, but because also Solomon, like, what shocked me was Solomon Grundy himself actually being like, just putting his hands up and being like, no, please, don't do this. And then that got me thinking, like, Solomon, I don't think he's a fully sentient character, or at least, like, when he's working with other people, I don't think he's fully sentient. Like, he follows orders. He doesn't really communicate the same way that humans do. So he's like I think, like, Solomon Grundy in himself, he's a very, very different type of creature. I think he's like immortal pretty much. I think having played Arkham City, I think reading the character profile on Grundy, then it actually said that, if he dies, then he's just reborn. I don't know if he's reborn into a different body or if it's this same body, but you can't kill him because, no matter how you kill him, he will still be reborn. He will always be reborn. So that's one of the reasons for his name. Like, his name is Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, So, he always lives. He always comes back up whenever. So yeah, but then in this one, I think, and it also reminded me of a line that Pat had when describing the ISA to the kids, like saying that, Solomon Grundy was one of the most dangerous members of the ISA, and he still would be, especially if the ISA still had him under their control. So they control him. They, like, whether it's through mind control or taming him and kind of indoctrinating him as their little beast, like, he was under their control, which makes me wonder, like, has he ever killed anyone because he actually wants to? Like, did he kill the original Owlman? Did he kill Rex and his wife because he actually wanted to, or because the ISA wanted him to? Like, he's a member of the ISA. He's their big gun. He's not. He's literally just a creature. He's literally just like a Hulk for them. He's not someone that they actually bring into team meetings in the ISA layer. He's someone that they bring out when they want big guns to do big damage. But all the other times, like the entirety of the season, pretty much the entire season, besides from this one scene and flashbacks, we've seen him. He's been in a cage. He's like when they need a big guns for a big battle, they bring out Solomon Grundy. But when they don't need him, they just lock him away in a cage. So, like, it makes me wonder, like, has he ever actually done any kind of, has he inflicted any kind of damage or any kind of pain onto anyone that he himself wanted to actually do? Like, I don't feel like he has that level of sentience where he feels the need to kill someone, but he maybe just feels really, really angry all the time, and then obviously the ISA, knowing his strength and knowing his pain and his rage, they kind of weaponize that for their own gain. So then that could be why, like, he knows that Owlman, like, he recognizes Owlman. I think that might be one, like, inkling of sentience he had in that scene where he recognizes this guy as Owlman, and he remembers having been sent by the ISA to kill the old Owlman, to kill the original Owlman. So he knows that this is he might know this is some kind of revenge mission, and then he's like, stop, please, I killed them because they told me, they made me do it. So that kind of thing, like, again, like, that single shot, that single kind of piece of writing, like that, like them actually having Solomon Grundy holding his hands up and having like a broken eye and like a look of mercy on his face, and even when Rick got off, Rick was almost about to actually get like a massive rock and cave his head in, but then even after he threw that away and got off of him, even then Solomon didn't really take advantage. Like in that moment, he could have taken advantage of Rick and punched him across the room, but he didn't. So Solomon just crawled away. He crawled away. He took his distance. And he walked away. And then Rick spared him. And I think deep down, Rick knew, like, not just from the mercy, not just from Grundy begging for mercy, but he also knew that he wasn't a killer deep down. He was not a killer. He had spent so long on this revenge mission. Like, from the moment he found out that Solomon Grundy had killed his parents, that was his thing. From that very episode, from the episode where they introduced Rick as the new as the new Owlman, he made it clear that he didn't want justice. He wanted revenge. He wanted revenge against the ISA and against Solomon Grundy, especially for having killed his parents and throwing their car into that tree. But then when it actually comes down to it, he kind of realizes that, being a killer, having blood on his hands, is not who he is. It's not who his father was. His father would want more for him than would want more for him than for him to have blood on his hands in the name of vengeance. So he lets it go. He lets that pain go. He lets Solomon Grundy go. And I think that could be, if that is the case, if it is indeed the case that Solomon himself doesn't inherently want to cause damage, but people see his pain and his strength. Because I imagine he also has an actual a lot of emotional pain from being immortal. Like, he's immortal, but then because of what he is, people weaponize his immortality and actually use him as this kind of everlasting weapon. Like, even if you kill him, he will just come back to life. So, you don't have to worry about losing him in battle, because even if he drops down, he'll come back up twice as hard, and he'll still be willing to actually throw some punches and break some faces for you any day of the week. And again, the ISA being the ISA, they weaponize that. So I do wonder, like how much of him actually wanted to be with the ISA, and how much of him actually was just kind of tamed by them, because he definitely seems like that kind of beast, like a bit like the Hulk. Like, he can be tamed, he can be controlled by them, and especially with like a literal telepath on their side, with people like Dr. Ito and the Gambler and Brainwave on their side, they can find a way to actually tame Solomon Grundy and have him on their side and have him behind bars for them. And I think that especially is what kind of gives me that kind of theory, the fact that, like the fact that every other hour he is behind bars, he's in like a reinforced steel cage. But the moment they need big guns to help them win the battle, they bring him out, and then he starts throwing punches. And that then shows that, like, they don't really see him as anything more than like a machine to do their bidding. So yeah, but then Rick spared him, which then kind of leads me to believe that we'll definitely see more of Solomon Grundy in season 2. But it's just a matter of how. But yeah, it'll be fun to see. But yeah, that is it. That is pretty much all I've got from this episode, from this season. It was such a fun season, and I think I also want to point out that, Mike did not need... I think Mike is also a great example of, being a hero without actually needing the superpowers. He came in, he didn't even need the Johnny Thunder pink pen. I mean, next season, that'll be next... Or, next season he'll bring in his friend Jakeem, and then he'll become the new Johnny Thunder, just as in, apparently it goes in the comics. So yeah, but this show has been so fun to watch. It's had basically everything. It's had like a great balance of drama and action and comedy, and just like it's such a fun superhero show. And and this being like a DC Universe original, I think that definitely helped. But then again, it's also I think I've also heard it's actually moving to the CW for season 2 and onwards. So that makes me wonder. I can't help but wonder how things will change, because I think watching this again, it doesn't really feel like a CW show. It's definitely kind of pulled the production quality. No offense to the CW, but the production quality of Stargirl kind of supersedes what I've usually seen the CW pulling off sometimes for their shows. And then again, like this finale alone had seemed to have a much higher budget battle scene than anything I've seen in like the crossovers for the Arrowverse. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash them. I still love them. I still love the Arrowverse and their crossovers, but Stargirl alone, the JSA ISA battle alone was actually, it was shot and edited and VFX'd in a way that I actually fully enjoyed and was fully engaged in and stuff. So I can't help but worry about that kind of stuff when it comes to moving over to the CW. So I know I'm kind of cautious, but I'm still intrigued. I still look forward to seeing what they pull off and how they actually integrate this stuff in. And I think, given that Stargirl is the new Earth 2, it's the new Earth 2 after Crisis, I do wonder how they actually might integrate it into the Arrowverse. If they do, there's been news. Black Lightning has been ended. Black Lightning is ending after season 4. I've just started season 3. I'm like a quarter of the way through season 3, so I'm kind of playing catch up with that. But after season 4, that's ending, so that's that. But yeah, I think that's ending. Supergirl season 6 is the final season. Next year, season 6 is the final season. They're cancelling a lot of stuff. I don't know if cancelling is the right word. Cancelling would mean that it's a lot more abrupt, but I mean, the way that they're wording it, it does mean that they're actually bringing it to like an end that the CW themselves might believe is more suitable for them. But I guess we'll say that. I think it could be a way for them to actually bring new shows into the fold. Like, if they're bringing Stargirl onto the CW, then they might want to make space for that with everything else. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how like the CW's kind of production schedule and costs and stuff works. So I guess they must be adapting to fit their own kind of productive needs. But then you got Titans moving to HBO. Like a lot of stuff is moving to HBO. A lot of stuff is moving to HBO Max. So we have that. We have Doom Patrol. I'm enjoying that. I'm still kind of getting through season 1, but it's going well, really well on that side there. Titans has been iffy. Season 2 was iffy. Season 1 was great. Season 2 was iffy, but season 3 kind of looks better and better. I saw the new Starfire suit. My God, Corey looks. Anna Diop as Corey as Starfire looks so great. Like they showed off concept art for Starfire's new suit, and then they actually showed Anna Diop actually wearing the suit herself and looking really badass as Starfire. So I cannot wait to see her in action in season 3. Season 3, I think, has like a lot of stuff, like a lot of good news going for us. I'm having like higher hopes. I think, like Red Hood was confirmed. I think Scarecrow might have been confirmed. I think, I don't know where I heard that, but I read somewhere that Scarecrow was rumored. I think, yeah, Scarecrow was rumored to be a villain for Titan season 3. So I don't know what to think about that. And I mean, because like it wasn't like an official thing; it was like an actual like a fan page that said it was like a rumor. Scarecrow might be the next villain. So I'm curious about that. But I swear to God, like Starfire, if Corey gets a suit like that on Titans, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I want to see more of Corey herself, more of Starfire. Yes, please. So Titans is there, and yeah, I think these DC TV show products so far are actually doing really well for themselves. So I can't wait to see how they move forward. But yeah, Stargirl season 2. I am all in. I am all in to see all of these people returning and having some fun and having some dramatic times. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching season 1 with me, watching these reactions. It's been an absolute blast. But yeah, I will see you for season 2. Leave your theories, any comments you have, like what you thought of this episode, what you thought of this kind of finale and this season and this show so far. Any theories you have, who you hope to see in season 2, what you think might go down. Any comments at all you have regarding season 2, comments are open. Have at it. But yeah, that is it. That is all I've got for this one. So it was really fun. I'll see you guys in season 2. But yeah, that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next time on Stargirl. Once again, if you guys want to catch the full-length reaction for this episode, that will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. And yeah, that is it. So, I will see you guys next time.